Hello there, Ryan here, or MandRproductions, and today I'm reviewing the LEGO Star Wars Desert Skiff from a simpler time. Set number 7104 with 53 pieces. It originally sold for just $6 when it was released back in the year 2000. Adjusted for inflation, that's just over $11 in today's money, which actually makes it cheaper than a microfighter to go in and get a not microfighter build plus 2 minifigs. It actually seems like it was a great value at the time. This early LEGO Star Wars box art and design may not be the prettiest that we've ever seen, but boy does it scream classic. Opening up my sealed skiff, I actually found a pretty cool advert for other LEGO Star Wars sets at the time. Then the instruction manual was tri-folded, but on the inside, again, olden days, they actually had movie frames at the top of each page. Finally though, almost all the parts for the build were in this clean looking bag, except for the couple of plates. The first minifig is Luke Skywalker, and your eyes may be drawn to the beautifully chrome lightsaber hilt. Definitely missed those. Don't quite miss the yellow skin. It definitely had its time in LEGO Star Wars though, signifying the first 4 to 5 years, and I don't mind it for that. I actually love that there is a classic delineation like that. But I think for a figure from the year 2000, this is about the best you could possibly expect, and the same can be said for Han Solo, who I think looks significantly worse than Luke Skywalker with the yellow skin tone. I don't know why I think that. Maybe it's because they added more yellow onto his torso there underneath the shirt. It is really cool that they actually have the open top part of the shirt though. And again, for the year 2000, I think this is a more than reasonably accurate minifig and gets the job done. For a $6 set at the time, the two figures here are perfect, although certainly compared to more modern Desert Skiff sets, you're missing a lot of the characters involved in the action, but I think Luke and Han are a good two to have if you're only going to have two. It ain't much, but this is undeniably a Desert Skiff. Look, it's small. It doesn't contain like any functions at all, other than maybe these back pieces here technically move down, but like for display or play purposes, like you're probably not really screwing with them too much. You do have the actual like handlebar or control panel area. You can move forward and backwards, I guess. Like this is as bare bones as they come. No surprise here, Han Solo will be our guinea pig, and yeah, he fits in really nicely. The scale of this, for as small as it is, it actually is okay. It's certainly not one-to-one figure scale from what we saw in the movie, but the figure fits in there and there's still ample space for more action on the top of this Desert Skiff. So we can take our other figure in Luke Skywalker and stand him at the back. You've got this 2x4 brick in the middle. In like later versions of the Desert Skiff, this would end up being something that could store things, but like it's super simple. I mean, they're just keeping it as basic as it gets with a 2x4 brick in the middle. You could also put Luke in the much more spacious area up front of the skiff, and then you actually have the plank on the skiff here. So I actually wish it had studs because it's not retractable or anything, so it's not like it needs to be a tile piece so that it can like retract or turn or anything. Studs, I think, actually here would have been super beneficial because it would allow the figure to attach on and not fall off the second you move it. Although maybe that was the intention. Maybe they wanted kids to put a figure on there and have them, whoa, I fell off, something like that. Maybe was the idea behind it the whole time, but I was just kind of thinking from the perspective of if you were trying to fly it around with the character on the plank, maybe you'd want them actually attached. Now, for some reason in my head, I thought this front piece was printed, but I think I had it confused with the same piece in the droid carrier from a year later, so interesting, just no extra detail there. If you look dead on at the side profile of the skiff, you've got a couple of pieces at the bottom that hold it up in the air, and unlike nowadays where they'd use clear pieces, they actually use these tan pieces, which make it look more like a sand color. And then maybe the worst part about the set is this random blue piece in the middle. Like for no reason, they could have just used gray, but they used blue. So I wish that was a different color just to better match the design. Not that it really matters on a set from the year 2000 that was $6 and made of 2x4 bricks almost exclusively. Look, this Desert Skiff may have absolutely nothing on modern day Desert Skiffs with the amount of detail and features that they're able to pack in, but there's something to be said for the simplicity of an early LEGO Star Wars model. The idea that for $6 you could get 2 key minifigures and the build from the scene, versus nowadays it's part of an $80 set. And look, it's better. It's absolutely way better. It's not even close. Like, I would take that every day of the week. But there are times where I wish they could find a way to make some sets like this. As wild as this might sound, I think this could be a really fun addition to your LEGO Star Wars collection as a retro set if you were looking for something like it. It's obviously nothing compared to what we'd get today, but it's really cool for what it is from the year 2000. I find it hard to rate a set like this. I mean, Yeah, objectively, it's horrible compared to today, but for its time, it was probably a really solid set, and I'm sure everyone really liked it back in the day when Lego Star Wars was so fresh and new, and you didn't have expectations, and you didn't know what was good and what was bad necessarily, because there was nothing to compare the Skiff to. It was the first of its kind, you know, and figures were still yellow. It was insane. So, I don't know, 8 out of 10. It's a fun one. I like the classic vibes of it. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and you can check out more Lego Star Wars set reviews on the end screen now.